Poppy.
Okay, so subject of the week is Shelby to Cobra. Hit or miss looking back on reboots. Who wants to go first?
I can.
Yeah, good, please.
One of my all-time favorite cars, period, is the Dodge Viper.
Who
And
was there someone that was involved in developing that car that
Carroll
came
Shelby.
from the Cobra?
Yeah, Carroll Shelby had a little push.
Right.
He drove it as the pace car for the Indianapolis, which is a big part of why it sold so well, because it was just a concept.
Mm-hmm.
Initially, they were going to do the Dodge Stealth as the pace car, and the UAW shit their pants.
And it had this ridiculous amount of horsepower, 400. You'll never see it again because of the growing emissions.
Yeah.
You'll never see 400 the next year, 450, then the year after that, 500.
And Bob Lutz was one of his dailies was a Cobra kit.
Oh, that's cool.
But he took all the Ford logos off because he was in charge of Dodge.
Right. So definitely Cobra inspired.
Yeah.
It's
from its inception.
Small chassis, big engine, basically.
Yeah.
Well, and also,
that's what I wanted to. Sorry, go ahead.
Lee Iacocca was head of Dodge at the time, or Chrysler.
Oh,
Maximum
Bob Lutz.
Damn, that car still looks so good. The early one.
Those things were so sketchy, though.
Yeah.
No ABS, no traction control, no door locks, no roof, no stability.
Damn.
It's like Jesus takes the wheel.
Yeah, and the brakes are also small. I remember the disc brakes on those. It's like not even. Yeah.
They're super wide too. They're still kind of hard to come by, those tires.
I like these wheels were like they put those on every Hot Wheels car in the 90s, didn't they?
They did. Yeah.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
Mine were all curbed out from going down the orange track.
They had those temporary glass windows. It's like plastic that gets sunburnt really bad. It gets
like
really,
a Wrangler.
Yeah.
It's like a
same.
Probably the same.
Yeah. Probably ASC.
So that's what I wanted to ask was if you to consider it like a Cobra reboot or reimagining, what does it need to have? Because it doesn't have to have a V8.
It doesn't.
Right.
It doesn't have to be British.
Something I'm going to put forward as probably the best one that you can currently get has so little to do, but I know Luis knows a lot about the Cobra, so the Viper rather. And I know nothing, but I think unreasonably large engine for the chassis. Unreasonably close to the ground and as boisterous as possible. And also, I'm taking this point from Jay Leno, but he said in order for it to be a good car like the Cobra and like the Viper, he said it has to get them out of their seats, in that half of them are going to love it and half are going to hate it. But you don't need to sell a car to every single person, because there are people who hate Cobras, right? I mean, I know we can't talk about Cosby, but remember 200 mph?
Right.
Well, I mean, he raised salient points.
Salient?
Yeah. Right.
I don't know. Okay.
I mean, this car has no power steering,
right?
No door locks. Wasn't initially sold with a roof or windows.
No, or traction, or stability, or ABS, which stability controls.
The hood latch was also not secured, right? That's
right. Anyone can open it from the outside. Yeah.
But and then I think it has to have a stick to be good, because it's like bleeding gums level of abrasiveness.
Right.
It's a
pretty
too,
simple
isn't it?
Thing. Sorry?
Isn't it like a truck engine too, the Viper, originally?
Is it? I thought it was just kind of inspired by, because I thought
it was originally from, I think Lamborghini had something to do with it.
Yeah. So everyone says that Lamborghini made the blocks, but Lamborghini was really, really good.
Design, maybe?
Well, there are companies that have specific competencies that you're like, oh, well, Lamborghini does this. It's like, no, what Lamborghini does very, very well is large scale, aluminum investment casting. That's what they do really well.
Were they like a consulting company to Chrysler?
So Chrysler was like, hey, what can we do here? And so they talked to them and got a lot of input from them and then used what they learned. So people are like, oh, well, it's like a Steeda block. No, it's not like that. But
they owned Lamborghini, right? During those years? Or just in the 80s, I think. Because I seem to remember there being like a Chrysler Lamborghini Formula One car. I feel like my memory is pretty accurate on this. But there was a Lamborghini. At some point, it was owned by Chrysler.
No, I think you're right.
Okay.
I don't know.
No, I get you. No, I mean,
there you go. There you go.
What does it say? I can't read that.
Chrysler took control of Lamborghini from 87 to 94, and then they sold them to Indonesians.
Okay.
It sounded so racist. An Indonesian group, V-Power Corporation.
So, I mean, overall, it's a pretty simple formula, right? And like, as we'll talk about more of these cars, you'll see that like a lot of people wanted to get in on the success of the Shelby Cobra, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like it was a hit.
Even Carroll Shelby.
I don't even know if it was a hit commercially initially, but it definitely was making waves in some way, right?
Because they were expensive.
We got
That's what I was gonna say. I didn't even know if they. I don't know. I have no idea if they were even profitable. At the time, the original Shelby Cobras, but
But it's pretty clear when you look at an original Cobra dash. Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's not it.
What about the one with an autograph? Maybe
this is a continuation car, so it's going to be correct. It might be actual, but like look at the dash, right, where you got this and this, and then and then like they knew what they were doing.
Right.
Mr. Essentials.
Mr. B Maximum Lutz knew what was up.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So even Shelby themselves tried to keep it alive, right? So even after the original Cobras, what was the first one? 1962?
Yeah, 62.
62, right? And it was like, I'm assuming it was just like a 289, and then later came the
260 for like 2 seconds, I think.
Okay. And then later they went to the big block.
Yeah, I mean,
is that when it ended as far as like the Shelby partnership with AC, and then they each went to do their own thing with the same basic concept?
It's real wacky. So like, there's lots of arguing and this and that, and they had all these specials that they only made one. They made less than 1,000. So yeah, I wouldn't call that a success.
Right. This was during that time when, like, you look at those like 60s. I mean, anything sporty and from the 60s was like one of one essentially, because they were all slightly different.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I guess it's not as cut and dry as it is nowadays.
Yeah, and then it's all over the place. But suffice to say that
hard to keep track of.
I was trying to keep track of it, and it's like really insane. There's like a lot of he said, she said. But
a couple of those were one-off models too.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's one-offs like this one.
There was a track version. There was like a drag racing version.
I remember the drag racing version.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and then there's like someone bought the name, someone who made parts. They did this, and it's real confusing.
Well, even I don't know if you would call it Shelby tried to keep the name alive in the 2000s when they came out with the Series 1. I don't know if that's another.
That's the one I wanted to talk about. Yeah, because that was definitely like a full-on reboot, right? I mean, this was a generation later. Cars were totally different, and
this one had like a supercharged
This
V8
is actually like a reimagining of it. This is more than a reboot.
It's a good-looking car too.
Hey, they made 250.
It. Wow.
But like someone else owned the name, and
the name Shelby Cobra.
Someone else owned the Shelby Cobra name. And there's
so
there's Autocraft. They made continuation cars in the 80s, and then Ford bought it because they wanted the Shelby name for the Mustang. Then there's this AC car group. There's holdings, and so like everyone has different claims. It's like
Can we talk about the really shitty replicas that came after?
Oh, I have that all down.
Okay.
I have another car too that we can talk about as well.
But like it's like Marvin Gaye's family, where they're always fighting and there's 92 people and they own this, I own that, or this, or like Jim Morrison's family.
It sounds like Mexican families arguing over territories.
So I mean, no, it makes sense. I mean, okay, even if they only sold 1,000 models of them, and we don't know how much they actually made, it was definitely like a hit, right? Like,
oh yeah.
So it makes sense that like didn't Pete Brock? We were talking about this the other day, right? At least where it's like even Pete Brock way later on was affiliated with Superformance Replicas because he was based in like South Africa, right? He like set up some other company there that provided parts, or that provides or assembles. Has something to do with the manufacturing. So Superformance.
Superformance they're made in South Africa.
Sapphire, some shit.
Yeah. So the Daytona Coupe, he went and reworked it with Factory 5.
Okay.
I think. And then now, let me do a quick history lesson.
Just goes back to
Shelby American doesn't make anything.
Okay.
Like their continuation cars, they get the aluminum ones from Kirkham. I don't know who they get the fiberglass ones from, but they don't make them. Kirkham buys them from a Polish MiG-15 plant.
Okay.
Because
Kirkham is super expensive.
Yeah. I was gonna say, isn't Kirkham like the gold standard in replicas?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
they're like $500,000, aren't they? Something like that.
Damn.
Yeah, they're a lot. They're here, and
I was gonna say
Provo.
That's cool. Damn, they're so cool looking.
That reminds me of the what's that called? That one hybrid electric car with the Chevy Spark engine. What's it called? The
Chevy Spark?
Oh no, Justin Bieber drove one. It's like
the Fisker Karma.
Fisker, yeah.
Yeah, the stupid. But this is real.
Mm-hmm.
Polished, I'm guessing, or chromed, plated. Anyway, so you're saying Shelby America is some sort of authority in this?
They bought the name, right? Like it's like
they own the name.
I can't think of a great example, but like Remington, the gun company, has been sold 4 times, but people are still buying their products because it's the name.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Remington typewriter company has been gone for a long time because it's the same thing.
So who's the authority here to say, yes, this is like an authentic enough Cobra to be considered a continuation?
This company,
isn't that the thing?
Shelby American.
That is Shelby American. Oh, okay.
So Shelby existed, starting in 1962. And then he still owned the name, and then they went bankrupt, and then they went bankrupt again.
I'm sure there was a lot of that.
And then they were making Eleanors, and then they were doing VIN fraud. And
really?
Yeah, and then after that, they closed, and then Carroll Shelby again in 1993 he was forcing VINs of cars that he already made in LA, and then he went out of business again. And then he switched it from Shelby to...
Yeah, it was like Carroll Shelby something. Carroll Shelby International, right?
Yeah, so now it's owned by a holding company. And like when you look this up, there's like lots of Malta, Indonesia, Ireland, like lots of tax haven, real shiesty nonsense.
Right.
So, and then they get bought by Ford and this, yeah. So famously, he was a slippery fellow.
Okay. Right. No, I actually didn't know this. I did not know this.
I didn't either.
No, he was famously a shaking your hand, pissing on your foot kind of guy.
He wants the moolah.
So, but like he had an idea that hit, but he just kept getting raided.
But it's a very simple idea, right? Like, did other people do it better? I mean,
this idea.
Yeah.
I think.
Because what came after? Like, I guess kind of like if you follow down, maybe like in order or something. What would have been next? The Sunbeam Tiger.
Mm-hmm.
That was the other car I was going to talk about.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I've driven.
They were all the same. Oh, really? That's cool.
My uncle has one. It's really nice. I mean, it's scary, but it's really cool.
So what was Carroll Shelby's involvement with this one?
I don't believe that there was any. Was there?
Oh,
There was, yeah.
There was? Oh.
Yep.
I didn't know. Oh. Designed in part by American 64 State, it carried out a similar.
But at this point,
Well,
AC.
See, it's him. He got a royalty.
AC was now continuing that thing, right? So separately from Carroll Shelby, AC kept making basically Cobras,
Yeah,
like you guys were saying
AC,
earlier.
Asisa.
I thought those were inline six.
Nope, I'm wrong. It's the wrong name. There is the AC Ace V8, I believe.
The AC Ace.
Or was there just the AC Cobra?
I don't know. I thought they kept making it.
They did for a little while.
Okay, sure, whatever.
So the way that it worked is he was buying their cars and chassis and then taking them to Venice and slamming a new engine in them. This has been my understanding of how it works. But they did some, especially for other markets, that. But so this is the car that it was based on, the AC Ace, which is a really good looking car. I'm not sure if any of the Cobras are prettier than that.
No.
But
I don't think so.
Looks like a Ferrari almost from way back in the day.
Cool.
And see, once again, there's still some person in Germany who bought the AC name and they're selling them for 200,000 Great Britain pounds.
AC Automotive now. Got it. Yeah, people just, I mean,
but
they gotta milk it.
Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
So I should have gotten yes, the Tiger and the Alger. Don't forget the Alger.
I did forget about actually I didn't even know about the Sunbeam Alger.
Well, I didn't know.
That's when you take an Alpine and you put a V8 in it in your backyard.
Oh, that thing's good looking. That looks like the original Batmobile, but miniaturized.
Yeah, it looks a lot like a T-Bird.
It does look like a
well, that's what the original Batmobile is based off of, I think.
Oh, really? Like the original?
Yeah, the original, like the 50s.
These were in some spy show. The Avengers, the old Avengers.
I don't know.
Look at
that's cool.
It's
that valve
so
cover is
Shelby-fied.
Cool. It is.
Yeah. Well, they used the 289 Ford V8 because that's what Shelby used back in the days because it was small enough. The heads were short enough.
It is a small engine.
It's a narrow. What is it? A 30 degree or 40? I don't know.
Well, the other thing is that
it's the 289.
It's the center bore spacing is also pretty small, so you end up with very small, very thin cylinder walls and a very lightweight block compared to other small block domestic V8s. You know. So.
Yep. Well, Shelby had hand in the design of the Tiger as well.
Okay.
I also
he raced it too. Yeah, he raced it as well
until recently. Yeah. That's cool.
And he was getting those sweet residuals off of them. Yeah. It's a good looking car.
You know, it raced in Le Mans too, right? But it didn't finish though.
It didn't finish?
No, it didn't. They did rallies, but it had some success in it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's a cool looking car with the little mini lights.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll show, but in the 64s when they raced the Sunbeam Tiger in Le Mans.
Can you look that up? Thank you.
Oh,
that is cool.
Yeah.
It's what is
like
that?
A cam-back or fastback.
Yeah, I was gonna say
it looks like a Jensen or something.
Mm.
Oh, that.
You know what's funny you say about Jensen? It was the assembly was contracted by Jensen Motors instead of Shelby.
Well, Shelby could barely get any cars made here, so
right.
There's another fun fact about this car too. The Sunbeam it held the quarter-mile record for several years in the American Hot Rod Association.
Oh, that's cool.
AHRA.
Yeah. And another fun fact: if you want to change the rear spark plugs, you either had to reach through the firewall or pull the engine out.
Fuck.
Yeah, that's bad times, man. Look at that.
Yeah. Yeah. See. Yeah.
It's like working on a
There's a
Pontiac Montana.
There's a hole through the
That's
firewall made through the glove box. You can reach through and pull the spark.
Oh,
plugs
that's
out.
nice.
I'm amazed that they even put that much thought into it.
Yeah, me too.
Definitely.
Yellow. Well, we have some good ones, but I really want to talk about one that I think is a bad one.
Yeah, please.
So, I think that the Plymouth Prowler is directly.
Interesting.
Don't you think?
I completely forgot about this car.
I wasn't expecting it because this is more of a 30s, isn't it, or 50s kind of inspiration?
I just think that like they were like, well, we're selling a lot of. We've revitalized Dodge. We're not just selling minivans. Let's revitalize Plymouth.
Is this designed, I think, of like Chip Foose or something, or no?
Oh God, is it?
I don't think he did it.
Or no? Okay,
I
mean like partial design.
He owned one at one point.
What?
Well, okay, it says they wanted a 1930s hot rod, but
Oh no, it says
Viper follow-up. So I guess it's yep.
I do see Chip Foose, something about Chip Foose.
Actually, I was going to talk about this sort of era of car. Well, not the Prowler. I totally forgot about the Prowler.
I'm totally a sucker for the Prowler, though.
Really?
I love how like just take off the front bumpers.
I was gonna say you did tell me about the front bumper delete, and it honestly does look way better. But the cars that it's inspired by, right? Like the 1930s, like Fords, strip them down with a flathead V8 or whatever.
What do they call 5-window deluxe or something like that?
Do you think that's actually those cars, those 1930s, I guess, hot rods? That's actually what Carroll Shelby was inspired by to put the V8.
Well, that's
because he would have been there. He would have been at that generation, right? When he would have been like a teenager.
Could have been.
But I think he raced Astons, right? Wasn't he an Aston? He was an Aston factory driver. But I think like are you aware of the Ferrari Garagista thing where he was like, these aren't real racers, it's just some asshole in a garage getting like some grease monkeys out here. He thinks he's gonna beat me. I think like this ethos is all about like, what do I have? What's small? What's big? Smash them together. See where it takes us. Because I think like the best. Go ahead, Luis.
If you're going to talk about like cars prior to Shelby, you can look up the Cunningham C4-R.
That's a Corvette.
This is had a Chrysler V8, and it was just like a small car.
I had this Hot Wheels. I bought this Hot Wheel thinking it was a Cobra when I was little.
Right.
And then later found out it was that exact one, white with the blue.
Right. It was a good race car. It was kind of heavy actually though, but it couldn't win at Le Mans because of the C-type Jag.
Yeah, those were really the first.
I mean, Jaguar was on a roll in those years.
64, yeah.
They were just killing it.
I was gonna say something that I think like he may have seen. That I put this on my good list. Is the Daimler SP250.
Yeah.
It's a 2.5 liter V8.
Well, that's funky looking.
Yeah.
It's like a catfish or something.
Initially,
like a catfish.
Look at that.
It was called the Dart, and then Chrysler got their panties in a wad.
Oh, those wheels are nice, or at least the other set of wheels, yeah.
So 2.5 liter V8, English.
Wow. Tiny.
An English British sports car.
Yes, 140 horsepower out of a 2.5, which is kind of awesome for then.
So people were doing this. In some way or another,
and
because there was also another car we talked about was the Allard.
Yeah.
With a V8, right?
Right.
I don't know what the original ones had.
Oh, I don't know, but it would have been the same time period to the gosh, what's it called?
Mercury Flathead.
The Cunningham.
Gotcha.
So it was a V8, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, Mercury Flathead.
Yeah, Mercury Flathead. God, those sound so good. 40-gallon gas tank, by the way.
Wow, that's impressive.
That's just
another car. Another car I found was the Finch Model B.
Okay.
That's another small car, big V8.
I don't know this one.
Before we go on, I just want to say, this is Chrysler Airflow. It's back. Like, look at that.
I know. That should
Dylan's
be
obsessed
like
with
our.
airflow.
That should be our logo. It's just the little Chrysler Airflow.
What the Finch or Fitch?
Fitch.
Abercrombie and. Oh wow.
Yeah, that too.
Wow.
It originally came with a. It originally came with the Fiat 1100, and they swapped in a flathead V8.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, they were mad. They were mad men.
What year was
this?
50.
Okay.
Yeah. So, like I said, originally Fiat 1100 engine, so it's like a 4-cylinder or so. And they popped in a flathead V8.
That's cool.
Yeah, really neat.
Yeah, I never heard of this car.
I had never either. And then Luis, what was the that cool Chevy, the Corvette engine?
Bill Thomas Cheetah.
Yeah, I put that on my list of good ones.
That is a good one.
Because
sure. that was the last car on my list.
Oh, I ruined it.
That is such a cool.
I think this elevates the idea to like Big Daddy Roth.
Oh yeah,
ridiculousness. I think
this is like extreme Shelby Cobra.
Like it's cooler. There's no question because it's so ridiculous. Definitely. Like look at that.
Yeah.
Look at the size of the door. It's like climbing into a pie tin.
What's the point of that door?
It's like a Power Wheels door, like half door.
Oh, it's
is it a gold wing?
Yeah.
Okay, so then you get more room on the roof. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, those cars, man, they exhaust right over your feet.
And then right into your ear. And look at the little roof
exactly,
vents. Because those aren't factory.
So cool.
Then you have a 270 or 370 V8, something like
that? Probably
sure nowadays
there's
some guy out. I'm sure there's some guy out there right now with one that has like 900 horsepower.
Twin turbos too somehow.
They made 16.
I don't know.
But there was that dude popping out copies.
That's cool.
I love how it's all like Pomona, Riverside, Pomona, Riverside. It's like so.
Yeah.
Used to be really cool.
It did used to be really cool. What happened?
Got woke. Okay, so that's a good one. I'm gonna this one. I don't know if like it's but I just love it for its name. Are you ready?
Price Super Blower.
Excuse me, not Price. It is called the Pride Super Blower. This is one of my worst. It's as ridiculously overdone as humanly possible. In most cases, this is one of the people who was like popping out Cobra reps and kind of owned the AC name or something. But I like the Pride. The Pride Super Blower is exceptionally bad.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to
get.
So
it was a supercharged Cobra.
It was just like so the AC name was purchased.
Damn, in the 90s, huh?
Yeah, in the 90s.
That was not a good time for any kit cars.
No. Well, I don't think most times were until the internet. It's just like too much, right? Like it's too.
Yeah, that's not. Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a 5.0.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's the Fox body Mustang.
Yeah,
engine.
It's everything possible bad, but Pride Automotive owned
wheels.
AC. Yeah, giant wheels. It's
look at those gates.
Rear exhaust. I thought I saw side exhaust. Does it have?
No, there was another one that did have like the big chrome.
Mm-hmm.
Like it still
fender
was headers.
Protector.
You know, it still had the header. Like it still didn't have the collector, so you used to see the 4 pipes going down.
So this I just really wanted to.
Yeah, that's definitely
also on my list of bad ones is the Carroll Shelby getting arrested for VIN fraud, which I think is really strange. But
wasn't there one you had mentioned? You told me about an Australian version of a Cobra.
This is also on my shit list.
What is this?
The
wow.
The Asve Tomahawk Z.
Okay.
This was.
What the fuck?
That thing is weird.
That windshield is OEM. That's like some other car,
it's
right?
It's made out of something. I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't know. That windshield's just a little too.
It's like someone squished the face together a little too hard. Like when you're mashing a kid's face for some reason.
Can't spell Tomahawk. I can't find anything else about it, but
no. Okay. I just want to see photos. What engine does it have? Let's
It
see.
doesn't have an engine.
It just has 4 photos?
Yeah.
The first of 3 built by Roy Bateman.
Wow. Did it sell? Oh, I guess it's not sold yet? I don't know. Yeah, you can.
Like you can't like, but there's just these dudes who are like, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also Carl Shelby.
Yes, I too.
Would you consider the Exo
So
set
fucking
Shelby
ugly.
Cobra?
Actually, that's another one that I wanted to talk about another time was
Okay,
reboots of Caterham.
gotcha.
Because that I feel like there's a lot there. There's a lot there.
For that to not be bad.
True. I feel like
this is okay. It's 280ZX based. That's what it was. I couldn't remember. So this is a 280ZX underneath all this.
hell yeah. I guess that's why he calls it the Z.
Yes, the XTZ.
I wonder if that is his 280ZX, like a Datsun windshield, because that thing looks.
Yeah,
That's really raked back.
Yeah,
I hate this.
It's a small block Chevy with a Cobra grill in a Datsun. Yeah, see the dashboard. It's a 280Z.
Is that nitrous I saw in the middle?
I just saw the big ass stub on the back.
I'll keep going. Another one.
Back,
go another
back.
one.
No, go back.
No more.
Back more?
Yeah, I thought I saw like a nitro or
it's a fire extinguisher, which you're gonna need.
Okay.
Look, this poor passenger is gonna have bleeding gums from this.
They each get a sub.
Yeah, right.
The driver does too.
It's like a Swedish back massage.
You're gonna be driving around belching all the time.
That is crazy. Oh, even the door card was kind of Datsun.
So I really wanted to share this one with you.
I had never heard of this thing.
Yeah, well, there's only 3 of them, so this is.
It's awful.
Okay, I would like to share one that I think I like, because this is the same mindset, and that is the. I think this. Oops. I think this hits the same.
Oh yes.
Mallet. That's who did it.
Yep.
So
Mallet.
The Mallet.
I remember these.
God, I cannot spell. So Mallet V8 Solstice. I know they are duded up. I know that they are a little too, but I think this is a great looking car, and I bet you it's killer. 400 horsepower.
That's plenty of power.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like a flying Miata, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those rims look really good on that car.
Yeah. Those wheels do look cool.
Yeah. They fit really nicely.
It reminds me of the I forget what the name of the generation is, but the V10 M6 like double spoke rims.
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't know what the style wheel is because all the BMW wheels are numbered, but yeah, the E6
right, it's like
M5.
the thin spoke, 5-spoke, whatever, or twin spoke, whatever.
I even like these. I mean, I know that these all got used up and thrown away. It's a great look.
What the hell?
I don't know what's going on there. I don't like that one as much.
No, I don't like that one.
I don't know if that car is small enough, but what about the Porsche 928?
Oh.
It has a V8 in the front.
I would say no, but that was an
small
OEM,
enough.
Right? That wasn't just like.
Oh, you're right. Yeah,
that was just an OEM car. Like, and actually, it was not a small car back then.
Yeah, 32 to 36.
It was more of like a GT car, I'd say. I mean, nowadays, tiny.
Right.
Wait, look at this GIF. Look. Enhance.
That's so cool. They look like little snails. Snail
eyes.
Right? I really like these cars.
I bet.
Wait, what was that? Can you remind me what that Australian one was called?
God, I gotta find it.
Was it Hurricane or something like that?
I got it. It's some name like Maloo or something.
No, that's the Ute.
I know, but it's some name like that. I gotta find it. Give me 1 second. I know this is great entertaining.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the Boomerang. It's the Boomerang.
Okay.
Okay, this one is on my as low as you can go list.
Jeez. Like someone's backyard they got built or something. Does it even exist?
Yeah, right? It's like.
So there, but like, look at how horrific.
No, that's just super performance. Go back.
God, it looks so bad with those wheels.
They do. I hate those wheels.
I can't remember where I found this, but I just needed to share this.
This
That
thing.
it's called the Boomerang with these tires. Like, this guy probably loves it, but please don't.
I mean, that's cool, but like, damn, this thing is so like far gone from like what
the point is.
Like it's like the simple, basic muscle car or like muscle sports car. Like the
You wanted
bucket
that
seats.
flat white color.
Okay,
It just looks crazy.
I'm gonna throw you a similar ethos that you can poo-poo. Oh, God, this is so bad. That you can poo-poo or say you like or don't. But what do you think about this as the same ethos?
What the fuck?
Is that like a lowrider rock climber?
No, it's not 4-wheel drive. It's just got a torsion bar up front.
It just looks like it's just a slammed.
But it weighs nothing. It has a Lincoln Mark 8 V8, Mark 9, Mark 8, Mark 8. Does 300 horsepower. You know, it's God.
What the
In case Freedom needs to strike.
But like, I know it's atrocious, but does it? It's a
Is it a Cobra?
Is it a Cobra? Is it a Cobra ethos?
Well, it's not a car, so I don't know if that.
I mean, it's not a truck anymore, is it?
No, I get what you're saying. But I don't know what to say about this. I don't know. I guess it fits in the general like.
You know, it probably moves more quickly than most things.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So low, it can probably pop a wheelie or something if you launch hard enough.
Yeah. And then look at the collectors and the exhaust. I don't know.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. You could make a case.
It's Ford V8.
You enjoy it in the same way that you enjoy Cobra.
Just mashing on it.
Yeah, just beating the hell out of it. Yeah.
So I get that.
So, Luis, do you have any good ones?
Yeah.
Well, Bob said he wants to say this for another episode, but the Exo set.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I cut you off on that.
Yeah, it has it's a small car, big engine, because it comes in like it's a Miata base, but I think you can put a V8 in it.
Of course you can. I think this does the same thing.
Yep. I think so too.
One of my biggest picks, along with the Solstice V8, was going to be V6 Miatas. I think it's the
GM V6.
I like the Honda ones the most, but
those are cool.
I think like if you're going to go crazy, do it and just jam whatever's in there and be faster than everyone else. Because I've watched some videos of V6 Miatas, and they're like, "Buy Corvette."
Sure, definitely.
Yeah.
Later Terminator Cobra.
Yeah, they
just like disappear.
Fly.
There was one on the freeway next to me, and I was like going 80, and he downshifted, and just like I'm amazed the car didn't just fly over the overpass. It just disappeared. Didn't even have a hood on it, so I knew what engine it had.
Nice.
Yeah, here, Monster Miata V8. That looks very fun.
Oh, that thing must weigh like less than 2,000 pounds.
Yeah. My guess is like 1,600.
Mm-hmm.
Built in 12 days.
Wow.
Okay.
To which I say, my man. I like it more without body panels on it.
It looks like an Aerial Atom.
Right. Yeah, definitely.
Speaking of which, what about the Aerial Atom V8?
I don't know much about those. What is that? The 2 Hayabusa?
I feel like that's a bit too.
It's a little far gone. It's a little extreme.
What engine is it?
Yeah, it's 2 Hayabusas.
2 Hayabusas, yeah.
I think this is an F1
500
car.
horsepower. It revs up to like 11,000 RPMs or something like that, I think. 500 horsepower out of a car that weighs like 1,800 pounds, something like that. It's completely unnecessary.
I have one that I don't know if it's inspired by, but it came after, and I don't think it would have gotten made unless someone saw. I know Jensen was about at the same time, but this is the Jensen SV8. I think they made 50 of them. 15.
Mm-hmm.
So,
look, I would definitely say this is it. This fits the
look at the engine.
It even has the
Cobra.
I would say given the time period that this came out in, that's what a Cobra would have looked like in 2007.
I think so. Yeah. It would have looked like a Crossfire.
Well, that I was gonna add to that a car we've already talked about on the show is the Panos Esperante.
Yes, I think I think that's one of the best ones. I think that nails it.
Yeah,
some wild man wanted to do it,
and it has like motorsports pedigree. Like it actually backs it up.
Went on Sunday. What is it? Sell on Monday or something?
When else do they sell on Monday?
Not as well, another car I have is the TVR Griffith.
Yes.
Kind of harkening back to the original crazy TV. Well, not this new one. Like a 90. Yeah, like a 90. What? 90. I don't know. Yeah, that one. That one had the Buick really Rover nice. V8.
I think it's a great looking car. God, it's little.
Yeah, they're tiny. They're Miata sized.
Those are teenagers. Like those aren't full size humans.
That was one thing that surprised me about TVRs. From the first time I saw them in Gran Turismo 1 till like a couple years later, when you're like, oh shit, they're Miata sized cars.
Yeah, they're little. That makes it more interesting.
I think so too.
I have.
They are fast.
What about?
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
The engine's in the wrong spot. What about the Ascari?
The Ascari KZ1?
Yeah, or the A10.
Which one is the A10?
It's the anniversary model, I think. Or...
Oh, okay.
I have no knowledge or opinion on these.
It's an M5. It's an old M5 V8. It's a track weapon.
Definitely.
That's how I see it.
But wasn't the Shelby Cobra a track car too?
I guess so. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, they took this and put leather on it, and that's how they sold the car, right?
Exactly.
But this is a bespoke chassis, right?
Yeah, it's I
mean, I guess it's meant.
You can buy a street car of it.
Yeah, true.
But it's one of those. I don't know if you would consider it like a Shelby Cobra knockoff, but it's from the same time period, kind of like as those early 2000s. Everything was getting a little crazy.
True. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what makes a Cobra anymore. Especially after this conversation.
Right.
I think I'm more confused now than when I was.
The S2000? What?
Right.
I think it has to
because I mean, there's simple sports cars. Okay. You can't just call any sports car a Cobra. British sports cars have been around. They were around before the Cobra came around. Like that's obviously that's where it came from. What the fuck is this?
What?
What? Oh, that's that Tomahawk Z thing. Is that what it? I don't know. You just
this is the other one. It was purple.
Hey, look at that.
Nice color.
It is kind of a cool color.
This was. We can't get to that yet. We can't get to that yet. That's my coup de grace.
Well, we got 2 minutes, so just hit it.
Okay. I got some for your consideration. Okay. The MG RV8.
Yep. Forgot about this one.
Oh yeah.
It's got a Rover V8. Like the English were just allergic to doing anything besides putting a Buick V8 and everything.
Yeah, I love how much they love it.
It's just in everything, and I don't understand because it's not that good.
They had it in the Land Rovers. They had it in everything.
Okay. I thought MGC maybe not great. Yeah, it was what it was. Definitely. Very similar. Okay, got Viper on my list. I have the. We already talked about this.
I did.
I think we agreed that we like where it stood. It was cool as hell. I think Ford was like, Dodge, don't forget who we are. We're better.
I wish they would have made it and released it alongside the GT.
Yeah, it would have been more interesting.
There was also the GR1, right? Which was like the Daytona coupe.
It was like a Daytona coupe version of the GT.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
I think those were the last cars he was involved with personally, right?
Yeah. Well, he'd put his name on anything.
Did you? There's a mini doc on it that the main guy that helped design it, like when they're presenting it, he got zero credit. Like there's like a mini doc about it.
Really?
Jesus.
Yeah.
Because
he was
Shelby, Pete Brock, Shelby, Pete Brock.
Something like, I forget who it was exactly, but like they were presenting a name and they gave some guy that was just kind of like, he was in charge of the product but had zero hand in actually helping design it. He got most of the credit when they
What
announced.
the hell?
Yeah, I felt bad for the dude.
Yeah.
Carroll Shelby was a famous asshole. He was like Russell Crowe level difficult.
We're at 45.
Okay. I have a couple more.
All right.
Because this is, all I think about. The AC Brooklyn's coupe or convertible.
Oh wow.
Uh-huh.
This was the last AC vehicle.
The car looks sad.
It's like a sad Miata
I like
Jag.
it. I like it.
I think they made like 15
Damn, I love
of these.
ugly cars. I really like ugly cars just because I like it.
That is an ugly car.
There's no way around it.
This is a prototype. This one, the hardtop.
Yeah.
That's like an Aston Martin rear.
I was gonna say, and an Aston Martin headlights. It looks like they look kind of like DB7 headlights.
Wait till you hear what engine it's. No, I'm just kidding. Does not have a Rover V8.
Rover V8.
Yeah, man. It's
Yeah,
so Miata though.
They tried to keep the magic going, huh?
Look at the plate, AC Ace.
That's cool.
Yeah. Well, this is the Brooklyn's Ace. And it's kind of like a Camaro. I don't know. It's got all and they made it for 7 years. It had, for a while it had the Lotus V8, then it had a 302, then it had a modular.
The modular.
There we go. 46 of them made.
Mm-hmm.
What else? That's enough ugly for the world.
Spades. So wait, I need to see the 1986 Ace of Spades.
Wait, that was the concept? Oh no, that's just the Boxster.
You spelled the year wrong.
Yeah, that was the year that got.
Oh.
Hey, that looks kind of.
That's not bad. It looks like a Ferrari.
Cool.
Like 400.
Look at the back. It's got a.
What are those taillights from?
Lotus.
Are they from like the Esprit?
Or it looks like it kind of.
It kind of did look like a Esprit. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, they used an Esprit V8.
I think they are from like a
Probably
Series 4 Esprit.
And the Esprit, they're probably off like a Hungarian semi truck or something, right?
Those wheels aren't half bad looking either.
Yeah,
they're Ronald-fied.
Kind of reminds me of like an FCRX7 proportions.
Yeah, I saw this and thought RX7 meets Probe.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I have to say that the worst offender in all of this is a man named Gobin. So this Gobin fella made this, the American AC Mustang by Gobin, which was
Zimmer
$20,000 for like this kit to ruin.
He got a nose job.
Yeah, it's the hee special for the American the AMAC.
But Zimmer was the guy that made like this sort of thing too, right? Like retrofied, like
yes, he made the T-Bird thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So he did this nonsense.
That Quicksilver one's pretty cool though.
Yeah, that's not bad.
It's alright. Yeah.
It's a great car for a villain.
Yeah.
Like Corella DeVille or something.
But Mr. Gobin, he got you one better, and I really wanted to end on this.
God damn, what the fuck is that?
Dylan found a gold mine.
The Gobin Cobra.
Gobin.
So this is the Gobin Cobra.
No.
Okay. So he's really he was like super proud like that he made this car, right? And you have to see it with the roof up because it looks. Okay, and then it's got the grill lights, but he liked square lights in the grill for some reason.
It's like those puzzles for kids. Stick the square peg in the circle.
Okay, like look at this. God. Okay, and then are you ready? It gets better.
It's like if I try to draw a Cobra.
So this is the interior.
Oh no!
What the fuck? What is that dashboard from?
Okay, have you figured out what he did yet?
No, is it automatic?
Swapped it.
What's going on
here?
He
swapped it in from a different car, no?
He bought overrun XS Cadillac Cimarron chassis. And then built all the car custom on the outside. So I think that might be a Cimarron bumper.
What? So the interior, the chassis, maybe, I'm assuming like.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, it is. Look at that. Even the seat. No, the
Yeah.
other one had the seats the same. There was
Which
another
one?
one that had that one. I think that had
Yeah.
the same or very similar seats to the Cobra.
So
Look at that.
it's a Cadillac Cimarron, and I
Are
really
those
think like
Like maybe that. I was trying to figure out where those door handles were from.
Miata?
No,
Oh
see,
no,
that's what I
never mind.
thought. But no, you look at them; they're actually like the kind you like pull up, just like in a GM
Yeah.
Blazer or whatever.
Yeah.
So
Old school heavy ass door handles.
What the fuck? And those are GM mirrors too,
and
like a third
it's
gen F body.
it's all flip up. Like they wanted to build the Cobras like this, but they couldn't.
That's cool. Actually, that's kind of cool.
He made a bunch of them allegedly, and
I mean,
like
Did he really?
the dealership never went out of business. It's still there in Stoughton, Wisconsin.
you already know they have like 3 of them stashed in the
Yeah,
back
they got
somewhere.
them. They got the museum right there.
I mean, look at this.
That car smells like cigarettes. I can already tell from the picture.
The fucking Cobra enamel badge on
It's
the in between the gauges.
if you ever touch it with sunscreen, it's gonna peel.
Mm-hmm.
So
All right.
this
Pretty
was
fucking cool.
truly amazing, and I think that's all we have. I really wanted to talk about the Gobin Cobra.
Yeah, that's great.
Knocked it out of the park with that.
But like, where is my
Fucking windows. This.
They don't even line up with the roof.
No, it's so bad. I gotta find my
Fuck.
thread. 1 minute.
Oh my gosh.
No, it's not this. Huh. Guess I deleted it.
That's
There was a thread that it was like the worst Cobras of all time. Interesting
Oh,
one
okay.
that I wanted to bring up. This is one of my favorites.
That is so cool.
Mm-hmm.
And
The
then
Wilmot Yaku. Wow, that is cool.
this is just a cool fact that I'm not gonna have a chance to bring up any other time in life. Is that these were made by copying an actual Cobra that someone had raced on the weekends, and it was like a privateer car forever. These original ones. So you'll note that the butt is upturned in an awkward way. That's because the original one had been raced for so long that the entire body was bent upwards from getting rear-ended so many times. So they just copied it wrong, and then the new ones they fixed it. But
oh shit!
Is that Is that why they call them like Mark IVs, Mark Vs? Like
yeah,
because I noticed that they mentioned like that the fenders are slightly different and they look better in the newer ones.
Yeah, they look a lot better because the Mark Ones have bent butts from getting rear-ended.
Wow.
So like it's really high.
Yeah, no,
like, look how it's supposed to. Maybe this.
I did notice that. I've noticed what you're talking about. I just didn't know that's where it came from.
Yeah, and like the owner of Factory 5, I was watching a video from my research, talked about it. He's like, it was a real car. So what are you gonna do?
Right.
But yeah, you see, this one's lower.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
So I thought that was really interesting.
Some of them are, yeah. I always thought they were just bad replicas.
Yeah, it was a really good replica of a very heavily used car.
Right.
But the original aluminum ones were 1/32 aluminum hand hammered. So if you like drop a cell phone on them, they'll dent.
Oh no, jeez.
Like there are many stories of people dropping a. You can see it here.
Yeah, just like a tool or whatever.
Well, just like literally a camera will dent it, and then if you're driving around on the track and you go over gravel, it'll roll up into the fenders and peen out the fenders so that they so that they have looks like razor burn from the outside.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of like everyone loves the Kirkham ones because they're 16th.
Thicker gauge.
Yeah, they're double thickness, so they don't. But still, it's aluminum.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if someone sits on your hood in a parking lot, your car's ruined.
All right. Like imagine a sunny day probably gets a little warped or soft.
Mm-hmm. Rubbery. Never mind if you got 450 horsepower.
That looks nice.
Yeah, I like them in black a lot.
Yeah. When they're just clean and simple, that's when they look the best.
Yeah.
I put cars of the week in the Discord
COTW, baby. See here. I didn't get anything good.
Dude, I don't see anything.
Oh,
The
yeah.
truck, the zoom in it, the chassis and the undercarriage was like completely done up on it. It's like painted and
Yeah, what
everything.
is going on in that frame? That's
He has a really janky like bushing body lift. Oh,
His
what the hell?
Altezza tail lights.
what's that blue thing?
It's the transfer case, I think it was.
It
Huh.
looks like he's got a pool noodle on the frame.
It does.
Yeah.
Not that that's what it is, but that's what it looks like.
hmm
Very cool.
Curious.
Look how tiny those tires are. I mean, the wheels.
Yeah,
I love
all
that
tire.
look so much. I love like
Mhm.
Yeah.
15s with like 38-inch tires.
You can hit like a foot tall speed bump and you just go over it fine.
That's cool.
You just run over a endangered animal.
Then let's go to the rights and Nismo.
Oh,
Yeah,
those very
I saw
often.
that.
this is a
Those are like
productive
3
parking lot.
inches. Those are like 3 inches shorter in length than a normal 370Z.
But
Oh, really?
In the back or in the
Yeah.
front?
They get it in both. They both have those weird cutouts in the bumpers that kind of shortens the whole car.
Probably gets 1 mile per gallon worse, but it's better on the track, right?
I have no idea, dude.
I didn't even know that.
I just remember that one stat for some reason, that it was like a good amount shorter than.
Oh, nice.
Speaking of Nismo,
I actually like these.
I don't.
Look at the passenger seat. I knew someone who worked at CarMax, and she said you need to have those in stock because women will walk in and they will buy them without looking at any other cars. And this was a
Really?
woman who said this. Yeah, she was like, you can't sell these fast enough.
So
Wow.
today I've realized I just love ugly cars.
Well, you like this because it looks French.
Yes, actually.
Looks like a
That's
Renault.
another thing I want to talk about at some point, is how the Nissan, like Nissan and Renault alliance, and how
Renault Alliance.
yeah,
How
and like
cheap
how
shitty the
you
cars
actually
got.
still see a lot of that French car ethos in modern Nissans. But we could talk about that some
Whatever
other time.
happened to that? To the what was his name? Gosen?
Carl's Ghosn or something like that.
Yeah,
He's on the run still, I think,
I think he's still
And he's in the UAE.
somewhere.
Lebanon, I thought.
He escaped through like a musical case, a musical box, something like that.
he was in a jukebox.
Yeah, he was literally like
with the bubbles flowing and the neon on
Mhm.
for hours. He survived by drinking the water from the bubble tubes.
Right.
What other car you got?
I thought this was tastefully done. Kind of like not.
That's
It's a little
kind of
ricey.
cool. I've never
Yeah.
seen that spoiler.
It's like a Mugen one, right? Mugen?
Yeah. It
Then he has
probably has a lot of.
I think those Volks, right? They're not bad looking.
Yeah. That's T37s.
I get the feeling. Yeah, I get the feeling that every part on this car is real.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Have you guys seen those people that they magnet air tags into cars and then just wait till the middle of the night and just go to your house and steal your car?
No.
No.
They use those Apple
don't know.
AirTags and they just double stick them to like the inside of your wheel.
Oh, I heard that for stalking purposes, not for cars though.
They just do it to get your car when.
Yeah, they see it in an out burger and then just go steal it from your garage.
Damn.
Hell yeah, brother.
Wow, that is cool.
Mm-hmm. No, that's like actually the last one I was gonna say, it's like the truck we have. I think this is a little newer than what we have at work.
Did it sound like a jet engine flying by?
Yeah, that thing's cool.
Burbling along.
No, actually, I was like 3 or 4 lanes over. I couldn't hear it.
Oof.
You don't see a bus getting towed very often. Thought it was interesting.
I feel like there's got to be. I guess you're not gonna put it on a flatbed.
And
Yeah, I
like,
don't
do you
think
put
they
it in
make it big
neutral
enough.
or what do you do? Do you leave it on? I don't know.
Right. Leave it on.
Hey, this
Yeah.
is a Porsche. It's rear engine, rear wheel drive.
Yeah.
It's a pusher. I don't know anything about these. I saw a video this week of one with CNG and it was burning. It was like a 50-foot plume of flame as it shot out on. And
over here, they're a hybrid diesel.
Of course they are.
And they have Wi-Fi on board and lights and everything.
Hey, if you make it civil, people will ride public transportation.
Right.
Yes.
I don't know what that car was. I couldn't figure it out.
It's a Buick.
Is it? Okay.
Very cool.
Yeah, this is one of those years where Buick was like, this is what we got to work with. And Chevy's like, make it look different. And they were like, okay. Get these little tiny pinched in taillights.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's like a, is that a LeSabre? Skylark? It's like
I don't know.
I don't know my Buicks that well.
If you zoom out to the normal one, look at this one thing I hate about my car. Look how steep the A pillar is and how thick it is on my car.
They're all
I did
like that
notice
now.
that.
Like my parents'
You're-
Bolts, you can't see out of anything.
Yeah,
Right.
but this
I've
was definitely the year when it was like getting
Right.
when it got as bad as it is now. It was
Oh.
2013, 2012.
Yeah, every car's like an armored personnel carrier. Like
I think. And then wait, how
Do you have
many
one more?
pictures there?
I feel like every car just looks like this now. Just huge
All body?
doors. Yeah, all body
Yeah.
with little slit windows.
Yeah,
Mm.
like the new Camaros.
Yeah, that was
Well,
what I
I
was
say
gonna
new
say.
Camaros that have been out.
And this
for
is
years.
the
Years.
I've shared it maybe once, but regards this is our shipping and delivering truck at my work.
That is so cool.
God damn.
It's a
is so cool.
1969, 1970 Ford with the ATS swap turbo diesel, custom front and rear bumpers with integrated winches.
Yeah, I see the
front-
winch and the brush. And
Yeah, it has all those lights are functional on the front, and there's some on the rear. Has dual gas tanks. It has a onboard air compressor system to deflate and inflate the tires.
Jesus.
My boss would go. He would go to the beach a lot.
I like the
Pismo.
spare.
Where do you go to the? I guess
Yeah.
I don't know North. Yeah, Pismo.
Yeah.
I would drove on Pismo
San-
Beach with my parents with a 22-foot trailer and a two-wheel drive 1500.
Why does it have
Jeez.
3 door fuel?
The
fuel doors.
DEF or whatever it's called, the DEF.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then double tanks.
Right. I'm assuming it has something crazy.
Well,
Yeah,
they have
it
a tank
has 2
behind
gas
the
tanks.
driver's seat.
So it has 2 gas tanks and DEF.
Yeah.
What engine does it
Wow.
have?
I don't know. It's a turbo diesel. And it says ATS on it.
That's cool.
Oh, that's some shop. That is an expensive vehicle.
Yeah, and he has in the stereo system alone is $5,000.
Yeah, don't they make those? These are the guys that make those crazy automatic rebuilds that have like torque capacity of like 3,000 pound-feet of torque or some shit.
I don't know. It's a stick shift too. That's why my boss put it in it.
My
Wow,
man.
that's
I'm-
cool.
Hmm.
Well, there's like one good 5-speed, one and 2 6-speeds, and that's like all you need. They just make
And
different
then-
bell housings for them.
The recent upgrades are the wheels. Those are American Racing. They were factory wheels, and he upgraded them because I think one of them cracked or something because they were old.
Well, some of those old wheels are like tack welded together.
I don't know, but it's a cool ass truck. You still need to start it up with the glow plugs though, so you have to hold the button for like 10 seconds. Wait, and
Have you
then
driven it?
Yeah, a couple times. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's quite a vehicle, man.
that is cool.
My favorite thing to do is take you to like red line, just kind of let off the gas, and you hear. It sounds like an engine braking almost.
That's so cool.
Yeah. It's
Should we
super easy
call
to drive. It's so torquey that it's easy to drive.
Just idle around.
You guys don't have any pictures?
I don't.
I don't have anything this week. I've been like the day after our last broadcast, I got deathly sick and have like just returned to life today.
Okay.
No,
Wait,
no worries.
let me double check. I can show
I
you.
never see anything cool, dude. I just don't get to see anything cool. I don't work in cool areas,
Mm,
and I don't work at like times when there's many people out.
right.
Here, I do have something to share. How nice the air is in Salt Lake. Are you ready? This is not fog. This is smog.
Holy
Jeez.
shit!
It is.
Is there a fire going on or something? Or?
No, this is just how the air is.
Wow, that's worse than LA.
It
That's
is
so bad.
I read online that it is worse than the only cities worse are Beijing and Karachi,
What the fuck?
because we're like in a
Jeez.
gulch, and
Yeah,
the Salt
get
Lake is
stuck there.
yeah, we're in a gulch and the Salt Lake is shrinking. It's like all this dust is blowing around.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
That's gnarly.
it's really bad. Like
At least you got IKEA.
this is not far away.
And Californians are like, you know where we should go?
Yeah.
Salt Lake City.
Yes. They listen to
Let's
the
go roll
Beach
some
Boys
coal
song.
in Salt Lake City.
Oh, there's also that. All these bumpkins that don't live downtown, they don't have to smog their cars in most counties here.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, oh, I did see one. Oh, I have 2 cars. Sorry.
Okay.
I
Excitement.
forgot. Okay, first, I don't know anything about this or if it's rare, but come on, phone. It's going really slow.
Sonidito.
Here we go. Is this a cool car?
Audi
Yeah.
RS5.
Is that like a crazy one, or is that just like an M3 level thing?
It's
a
an
little
M3,
more.
but yeah, they're definitely more rare than the M3s.
There's a lot of Audis here. I think because people like all-wheel drive.
It's a two-door, like a long two-door.
Yeah,
I was gonna say
it's like a monstrous, like stretched out, like Rolls Royce, just a little smaller than a Rolls Royce looking thing.
Is that a power wagon to the right side?
I don't think so. I don't know those very well.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't either.
Apparently, power wagon demand still double outstrips supply, even now.
Of course.
And then this is the only cool thing I saw this week.
Oh,
shit.
wow.
Yeah. Epi.
He has an EpiPen.
And FRS for size comparison.
Right. Damn, I didn't even realize how similar they were.
Yeah. And it was like an auto with buttons on the dashboard on the center console. And even though there was like no one in the car, that I didn't see anyone in the car at any time, it still had the lights were all on the transmission, so you could like get in and I guess just put it in just go, I guess.
Like if you had a keyless system, you just get in and press a button and you're good.
I guess I don't know what the system is.
I don't know these Lotus well enough.
I don't know them either. I'm always just like there's a Corolla and there's a Camry one.
God, that rear window is so tiny.
Yeah, well, and you can see the engine through there. You probably can't see it from this angle, but you can see it through that window like in a Ferrari.
That's cool.
And then I also saw this. This is a homeless person who lives in their car and has at least 3 cats living in the car with them.
I love the University of Utah.
I know.
On the back window.
This is the company you keep with your car, Elser.
Yeah, this is.
And she goes into Starbucks to yell.
This is gonna be me like in 2 years.
But look at the cat. He's like, I live in a car.
Help me.
Yep.
I've been peeing in the same spot for 2 years.
I need one of those bungee cords that actually.
Well, and
I could use one of those.
The person in here is quite large. She's like 300 pounds.
Oh wow!
So this
hopefully she's not a viewer.
No,
that would be really embarrassing.
She should be embarrassed.
I meant for us.
Okay, well,
I see 2 cats. So anyways, yeah.
I'm sure there's at least 3. But see if we enhance, there's one here, one here.
Oh, okay.
One there.
Oh yeah, there's more.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's like a lot of cats. So.
Okay. Let's call it. That's enough for today.
Just end it on fucking cats making a car smell like fucking what's it called? What's that? What starts with an A? Shit.
Ammonia.
Ammonia, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.